It's Friday, January 17th, and it's time for your weekly recap. This week I'm answering your questions on difficult audiences, so let's get right into it. Simo from YouTube, hey Chris, sometimes when I perform a trick with a gimmick, at the end people ask to see it, but if I say no, they'll think something's up, but if I let them, they'll see the gimmick. Thanks. I used to run into this problem a lot when I was younger, and I've realized when I read your question that it doesn't happen to me as much anymore, and I feel like the reason for that is that I've sort of developed into being comfortable with it being my show. They're my rules, my show. You're watching, and I'm going to engage with you, but these are my props. You can't have them, you can't touch them, you can't do whatever, unless I feel like it's going to add to the performance. So I will, throughout my performance, give things to people to be examined if I know that they can be examined, and then throw in tricks where the objects can't be examined. And if they ask to examine those objects, I go, hold on, I got something even better for you. And just have another trick ready to go. So it's all about you as a performer and having that confidence and being in charge of your show. The Hypno Spider from YouTube, if you are performing in a school setting with other students around, how do you keep the commotion down and keep people from going behind you to see the secret? School setting seems to be a difficult place to perform magic because you have no control over the environment and you're performing for your peers. It's not like you're the magician and they're the audience. You're performing for friends and people that you see in class all the time. So the rules are a little different with performing in that setting. The first thing I would suggest is find some material that can be performed surrounded and mix that in with your stuff. That way, if you happen to get people behind you and you notice that, you can just jump into that material and not have to worry about it. Another good piece of advice is to position yourself in an area where people can't get behind you. I do that in street magic all the time. I'll stand up near a wall so people can only get so far behind me before they run into a building. So you can position yourself in a certain spot in your area that you're performing in, and people won't be able to get behind you. Cole from the Magic Geek blog, Chris, you have some great vines. I am now following you. Thanks. Well, I've worked really hard on my vines, so check them out. 444RR from YouTube. Hey Chris, in last month's Geeky Times on the back, there was a coming soon for a Magic Geek VIP. Can you give us some hints as to what that will be? I can't give too many details on this, but just so you know, there will be a VIP section of Magic Geek. Certain customers that meet certain criteria are gonna get some perks. So definitely keep your eyes peeled at magicgeek.com for the new VIP section. This week, I'm extremely excited to announce that we have put out a new instant download. It is a private lesson download on the Perfect Pharaoh Shuffle. If you don't already know this move, you need to learn it because it will bring your card magic to the next level. And this instant download is, I think, the best way possible to learn it. There are new techniques, new ways of handling the cards, which will get you Pharaoh shuffling quicker than you might have thought possible. In addition, there's different handlings available on the instant download, so not just the standard way that I do it, but a couple of other ways, as well as some routines that you can use with the Perfect Pharaoh Shuffle. So definitely check out the Perfect Pharaoh Shuffle instant download, the private lessons series. At Royal Frenchness from Twitter, can you suggest a trick I could do with stuff in my classroom to impress my little pupils? I'm going to put in the Magic Geek blog, so if you go to magicgeek.com/blog, a list of tricks that I think would work really well in a classroom that use objects that you can find in a classroom. So go to magicgeek.com/blog and check that out. Paul from YouTube, hey Chris, I've run into trouble with older audience members, and I'm talking like 50 years and up, trying to ruin tricks. Likewise, I've had audience members who look bored. What do? I found that older audiences tend to contain more hecklers. It is just a part of the way they experience live performance, and it's okay. You have to be able to engage with those people instead of just standing there rigid and going, I'm doing my magic show, you be quiet right now. Go ahead, let them say stuff back, give them false methods on how you're doing your magic. Learn to talk to people, and that's going to clear itself up quite a bit. Some really good tricks to kind of throw into the mix are tricks where you borrow money or rings or objects that have significant value to the people you're performing for. By using those peppered in with your regular material, there's something at stake for those spectators, and you're demanding that they watch. They want to see what you're going to do with that ring or that dollar bill or something that is theirs that has to do with them. Is it okay to punch a heckler in the face? It's not really good for your hands. LKS, hey Chris, I have shaky hands and I get more shaky when I'm nervous performing. How can I calm down when performing, and what should I do if I start shaking in the middle of a trick? Thanks, smiley face. I'm also a shaky person. It's hereditary for me. My dad shakes a lot, my sisters shake, I shake. And so I know that about myself, and I don't let it affect me in the middle of a trick. As I'm doing a trick, if I start shaking, I sort of ignore it. I know that about myself. I know that I'm gonna shake. And for me to get nervous about it and more agitated because I'm shaking, it makes the shaking worse. So knowing that about yourself is actually a good thing. A couple things that you could do to try and help yourself is drink lots of water. That actually reduces shakiness. Try different techniques on becoming more confident before you start doing magic. I talked in an earlier weekly recap on the power stance and how that can help you when you perform, so try that out. And eat protein before you perform. Have a good healthy meal that's not too sugary or starchy. And if you combine all those things, hopefully one of those things will kick into gear and you won't shake as much when you perform. This week I have a $25 gift certificate, and I'm gonna put it in the new Paul Harris Presents trick, the Pocket Bazaar by Peter Eggink. And I'm going to put this into one of them, mix them up with all of the inventory we have, put them back on the shelf, and if you order it, chances are you might end up with a $25 gift certificate as a bonus in your package. So order Pocket Bazaar by Peter Eggink and you might end up with 25 extra bucks to spend at magicgeek.com. I noticed this week that a lot of people were asking about keeping their show interesting, so that is actually going to be the topic of the next weekly recap. So please put your questions on entertainment value in your magic down below in the YouTube comments area. You can also ask on Twitter, you can also ask on Facebook or the Magic Geek blog. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week.